A warm welcome to all. I am Regency. In this video, we are going to discuss about hypertext transfer protocol. First of all, what is meant by protocol? A protocol is a standard procedure for defining and regulating communications. For example, TCP, UDP, HTTP, etc. It is a set of rules and regulations to be followed while working over an internet platform. What is meant by HTTP? HTTP is explained as Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is an application layer protocol for distributed collaborative hypermedia information systems. HTTP is the foundation of data communication for the World Wide Web, where hypertext documents includes hyperlinks to other resources that the user can easily access. HTTP was used for transferring data between server and the client like plain text, hypertext, images, videos and sounds. It is a stateless and connectionless protocol. HTTP is a stateless protocol because an HTTP server maintains no information about the clients. For example, if a particular client asks for the same object twice in a period of few seconds, the server does not respond by saying that it just served the object to the client. Instead, the server resends the object as it has completely forgotten what it did earlier. It is the connectionless. After making the request, the client disconnects. Then, whenever the client wants to connect again, the server will re-establish the connection again. Hence, it is a connectionless protocol. HTTP is of two versions, HTTP 1.0 and HTTP 1.1. HTTP 1 was first documented in the year 1997. It is a version 1.1. As of now in 2021, about 30% of the websites only support HTTP 1, that is version 1.1. HTTP 2 is a more efficient expression of HTTP schematics on the wire and was published in the year 2015 and was used by over 50% of the websites. It is now supported by virtually all the web browsers. HTTP 1.0 uses new connection for each request or response exchange. HTTP 1.1 uses same connection for each request or response exchanges. The working of HTTP. HTTP is implemented in two programs, a client program and a server program, executing in different end systems talk to each other by exchanging HTTP messages. The HTTP client first initiates a TCP connection with the server. Once the connection is established, the browser and the server process access TCP through their socket interference. Suppose a client wants to visit www.yahoo.com. The client sends a request message to the web browser and asks for its IP address. Once the message was received by the server, it sends a response message to the client with its IP address. Then the connection between the client and the web server will be established. This is what the working happens. Persistent and non-persistent connections. In non-persistent connection, each request or response pair are sent over a separate TCP connection. In persistent connection, each request or response pair are sent over a same TCP connections. HTTP request message and the response message. Even though it uses TCP protocol, it is a stateless protocol. It generates two messages, one by the client as request message and other by the server as a response message. That is, the client to server is a request message and the server to client is a response message. The first line of an HTTP request message is called as request line. The subsequent lines are called header lines and the entity body. The request line has three fields, the method field, the URL field and the HTTP version field. The method field can take on several different values including get, post, head, put, delete, etc. The great majority of HTTP request messages use the get method. Let's see one by one methods in detail. Get is used to retrieve information from the server. Head, it is similar to get but retrieves only status line and the header section. Delete, it removes all current representation of the target resource given by the URL. Options, describes the communication objects for the target resources. Put, used for replacing all the current representation of the target resources in the server. Post, it is used to send information to the server. Trace performs a message loop backtest along the path to the target resource. Connect establish a tunnel to the server given by the URL. HTTP response message. It is the server to client is the response message. It has three sections: an initial status line, header line, and then the entity body. The entity body contains the requested object. The status line has three fields: the protocol version field, a status code, and a corresponding status messages. Some common codes and their associated phrases. 1xx is an informational error. It means the request has been received and the process is continuing. 2xx is a success. It means the action was successfully received, understood, and accepted. 3xx is a redirection. It means further action must be taken in order to complete the request. 4xx is a client error. It means the request contains incorrect syntax and cannot be fulfilled. 5xx is a server error. It means the server failed to fulfill an apparently valid request. And these are some of the common status code used. Are 200 is for OK, 301 is for move permanently, 400 is for bad request, 404 is for not found, 505 is for HTTP version not supported. These are the informational error codes, and this is the success codes, and these are some redirectional codes, and these are client error codes, and these are the server error codes. Headers. HTTP header field provides required information about the request or response about the object sent in the message body. There are four types of HTTP headers. General headers. The general headers gives general information about the message and can be present in both request and the response. Client request header. The request header can be present only in the request message. It specifies the client's configuration and the client's preferred document format. Response header. The response header can be present only in the response message. It specifies the server's configuration and special information about the request. And then the entity header. The entity header gives information about the body of the document, although it is mostly present in the response message. Some request messages such as post or put methods that contain a body also use this type of header. General headers are cache control, connection, date, MIME version, upgrade, and the request headers are accept, accept chassis, accept encoding, accept language, authorization, form, host, if modified since, if match, if not match, if range, if unmodified since, referrer, user agent. And the response headers are accept range, age, public, retrieve after, server. And the entity headers are allow, content encoding, content language, content length, content range, content type, tag, expels, last modified, location. These are the information about HTTP protocol. Thank you all for watching.